Hi, I'm Lisdalia, aka the Queen of Hearts, and today I'm going to be reacting to the Borderlands trailer. So, yes, I'm a gamer. I enjoy playing video games, but Borderlands has not been one of them as of yet. So I don't have a lot of knowledge when it comes to the Borderlands game. I have kind of like vague knowledge of the game, and that's just little snippets that I've heard here and there over the years from friends who've played the game, who've loved it, and it's always been on my list of games to play. I just have yet to actually play it. And one day I will get to it, I swear. So I don't have a lot of things to kind of base my expectations of this trailer on. I don't have a lot of any sort of really preconceived notions as to how it should look, how it should sound, how they should behave, any of those things. I'm just going to be taking the movie at face value and hope that it's good. I know that there are a number of big names in this movie or associated with this movie, which I'm super excited for because, like, we've gotten some big people in video game movie adaptations in the past, but I just feel like this has got, like, even more so than what we kind of normally do. So hopefully that means it will... I mean, not that star power necessarily means it's going to be a great product. You know, we've had a lot of video game movies in the past that have definitely missed the mark when it comes to the adaptation. They're, like, definitely not there. But, you know, I have high hopes. Some of the people who are in this movie typically have a good track record of the projects that they participate in, and also their ability to, like, produce magic, essentially. So I'm hoping... I have high hopes. But as I said, I've not played the game, so I'm not, like, an uber fan of the game. If they do something and that's, like, that's not how it happens in the game, like, I'm not gonna know. I'm not gonna have any clue. It's not gonna impact me the same way it's going to impact an uber fan of this series. So, we're just gonna run with it. I don't know whether or not I'm going to want to attempt to play the game before this movie comes out. A lot of the times when there's, like, an adaptation, and particularly when it comes to books into movies or TV series, for example, I have this thing where if I've seen the book beforehand, I typically find it really difficult to enjoy the movie when they've made changes. And while I understand that each medium is very different from each other and there's going to be certain changes that we made out of necessity, when there's a change that occurs and I don't deem it to be, like, a necessary one, my brain can't help but go, why did you make that change? There was no need to make that change. You bought the book for the reason, for the storyline or whatever was involved with the rights for that. So obviously it liked what was there. Why did you need to change it? It wasn't necessary to change it. And I cannot help but compare the movie to the book. I just can't help it. When I watched the Hunger Games for the first time, I was literally in the middle of reading the book for the first time. I was about halfway through at the time. And I got really annoyed at how, even though, yes, Haymitch was presented as a drunkard, in the book, when I read it, he felt like a raging alcoholic to me. And I felt like that was really downplayed in the movies. There have been other books where fundamental characteristics have been changed simply because they changed the character's profession. There was a book series that I had read who was very sort of anti-establishment, and there was reasons behind that. It was part of his backstory. It was why he was the way that he was. It was completely made sense that he was this way because of things that had happened to his past. It was fundamental to his character. And when they did the adaptation, they turned it into a TV series. They made him into a police officer, which is about as far away from being anti-establishment as you could possibly get. Like, it was very law-abiding, and it didn't make sense that you would change that. And there was no reason to change that. And by doing so, it fundamentally changed the core characteristic of this particular character. So I'm concerned that if I play the game before I now watch the movie, I'm going to have the same problem of, well, why did they change that? Why did they not do this? Why did they leave out this part of the game? Why did they change that? So I have found that in order to not have these thoughts that run through my head impact my enjoyment of a movie or a TV series, I find that typically what I now need to do is I need to watch the movie or the TV series first and then go back and read the book afterwards. Because then I find I can go, oh, that's different, and accept it for just being different, not as a, why did they change? They didn't need to change. Like, doing it the other way, I can just accept the two things as two separate entities, as two separate stories, as two separate mediums, and I can appreciate each for what they do and how they present the story that they are presenting. I can appreciate each for their own thing, versus if I read the book first, or in this case, play the game first, I'm concerned that it will tarnish my impression of the adaptation of that. So at the moment, I'm leaning towards not playing the game before the movie. But let's check out the trailer and see if I'm even interested in checking out the movie in the first place. You know, I don't really know, as I said, much about this. So I may take one look at this and go, no, that's not for me. Wait and see. Let's get on the good old heart rate monitor for those of you who haven't been to my channel before. Whenever I do a reaction and whenever I play a game, actually, I always put on a heart rate monitor so you can see what things sort of get my blood pumping. And let's check out the trailer for the Borderlands movie. And we have the gorgeous Cate Blanchett. Ugh. Fabulous. I love the red hair. That's great. Alright, let's get into it. Big things. Jamie Lee.
Uh-oh. God, I hate this planet.
Okay. Lots of colors.
Would you look at that? A ladder! Unfortunately, my design doesn't facilitate this type of...
Well, destiny awaits.
Okay.
Legend has it
Love the hair.
there's this massive treasure hidden in some secret vault.
Loady stuff.
And if you go hunting for it, you'd better take any help you can get.
Is that a hat or is that her ears? Big
'Cause
dragon.
It's on the weirdest, most dangerous dumpster fire of a world in the universe.
God, I hate this planet.
Okay.
What is that smell?
Test wash color.
Ew!
Put the window up.
I don't want to! Roll the window up!
Test wash.
It's in my
Do you know how many people have died looking for this vault?
We have something they don't, baby girl.
Okay, what?
Major issues.
Right, okay. I mean, from my vague knowledge of the...
Time to make it rain! With your body parts!
Okay.
What did I tell you?
Minimal
No
explosions!
I said no explosions.
I feel like they're very accurate to the game, like the look of it. The bits that I do know, I feel like it's very...
Ooh, mine's bigger.
Window door. I needed a gun. So you asked for it.
There's only one of you in the world, and you're special.
Uh-oh.
Kill them all.
Ooh. Okay.
What's happening right now?
I'm expelling the excess lead. I can't go if you're looking at me. Man, I really can. Actually, it's helping.
Are we really waiting for this to finish?
Keep looking at me.
Oh, that was funny. That was so funny. I love that. I love that. I haven't been as much of a fan of Kevin Hart with a lot of his stuff recently, but I feel like he's going to be a little toned down to what he's can be normally like. So I'm kind of like, I'm looking forward to seeing him toned down a little and having craziness happen around him. I feel like he's going to be like a little bit more of the straight guy than and have the chaos around him. Jack Black, I think, great with the voice with the bot. I don't know if that's what Claptrap sounds like. Either way, I think it works. I think it works. Cate looks phenomenal. She looks great. I don't know a lot about the characters, but I feel like that is a good likeness for... my vague knowledge, I feel like that it's done right. It's done true. The big guy with the mask, I recognized him from the thumbnail for the game. Like, I recognize that character, so I'm assuming that means it's kind of like fairly accurate costuming and everything that wise. I didn't really hear him speak. I don't know if he speaks in the game at all. I don't know. So I don't know who's playing that. I don't know who that is. But like he looks to be like he looks to be pretty good. The girl with the bunny ears, I don't recognize her from the game at all in my little knowledge that I have of it. So I think she's gonna be just kind of like that right level of weird. Like, because this obviously feels like a movie where there's going to be a lot of weird moments that you just got to roll with it. You just got to run with it. And I feel like she's going to be just that right level of weird. No idea about Jamie Lee Curtis's character. I don't know who that is meant to be. It comes across a little... like tech savvy, a little like Q to like a spy film, like gonna have all the gadgets and all the things and not be able to fight, but have a gadget that can do a thing for her kind of character. I don't know if that is accurate, but that's the vibe I'm kind of getting. And I think that Jamie could absolutely knock that kind of skittish jitteriness out of the park. I think like that could really work quite well in a comedic way. Like, it's not, I feel like it's not going to be one of those ones where you just kind of like, okay, and you like, there'll be like little nuances and little ticks and little things that'll just will end up probably being quite hilarious. So I look forward to seeing her do some of those little things. And yeah, for the most part, like I enjoyed that. I liked the coloring. I liked the look of the world. It definitely felt like it came out of the game from like the stuff that I know. Like I don't know a lot, but the stuff that I know, I felt like the right sort of color palette and the right balance between like humor and scary fighting, and like I feel like it's sort of hitting that balance right, which I feel like this game kind of embodied that pretty well. It wasn't all just like intensity. There was a lot of humor in the game, and I feel like they've got that balance pretty well. Is this one that I would see at a cinema or as a streaming movie? It's one of the things I always like to ask myself after I check out a trailer. Is this worth spending the money to go to a cinema to watch? And my typical gauge when it comes to movies is, given the expense of having to go to a cinema now, it's a case of, is this something that can only really be appreciated with a big screen? And if I feel like it's something that can really only be appreciated with a big screen, then that's my gauge. And this one, I'm going to say no. Don't get me wrong, it looks great and the colors look phenomenal and the acting looks great, and I feel like it's going to be really, really entertaining for sure, absolutely. And do I want to see it? For sure, absolutely. I'm excited by the trailer. It's definitely piqued my interest. But I don't feel like this is one I need to go to the cinema for. I definitely feel like I would much rather save my money and watch this via the numerous streaming platforms that I'm already forking out money for. So if I'm going to like get it eventually, I definitely feel like this is one I can wait on. This is one I can probably even wait on and do a reaction to when it eventually comes out. Nothing about that trailer screamed to me, you really need to go and see this on a big screen to appreciate everything that's going on at the moment. There was one moment maybe with like the big dragony, demony looking thing that they shot the car into and exploded from the inside and then like ran out the other side. So maybe like that would absolutely be very cool on a massive screen, don't get me wrong. But I don't want to fork out all these dollars at the cinema for like one scene and one moment. It's just nah. So I think this is one I'll wait and see it at home. Maybe in another trailer in the future, it might sort of convince me otherwise that this is one I need to go to a cinema for. But at the moment, the way it stands, no, I think I'll wait. I'll wait and watch it on a streaming platform. But let me know what you think. Is this the sort of movie that you're going to head to a cinema for, or are you going to be like me and wait for it to come out via a streaming platform? Let me know via the comments down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it so I know to make more videos like this. Maybe consider subscribing and clicking that little notification bell so you don't miss out on any more of my videos. I hope you have a wonderful day. Much love to everybody, and I will see you all next time. Bye.